is this Sita?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, all right, I suppose. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, of course. Talk to me. What's going on?
All right, so I'm so tired. Sometimes I'm just tired. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And then there's times that I do want to talk about it. So here's the thing: my Mac is compromised. I know it's compromised. I just
Okay.
need you guys to verify that it's compromised. Okay, in
Okay.
compromised, I mean that it's hacked. I know it is. I get the binocular icon constantly. My settings change constantly.
Mhm.
I got up this morning. I look at my system log. The one that was there yesterday completely
Mhm.
disappeared, and it
Mhm.
just started up again this morning. It just everything changes. It's a constant. It's every single day something changes. So
Okay.
why don't we do the
Screen share.
screen share? Yeah, thanks,
Okay. Okay. We'll definitely do that for
thanks.
sure. And just to clarify again, you just believe that your Mac is compromised, right? Or it's being hacked?
I definitely hacked. Let me show you what I saw last night.
Okay. All right. Let me set this up for you. And what's a good email address for you there, Sita?
It's zero
Mhm.
Luke Luke Dalabona Dallabona
Mhm.
sorry at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. All right.
Correct.
Cool. Let me see if I can do that here. Cool. All right. Let me send you out a screen share request, and just to let you know, the session is recorded for quality purposes,
Sure.
and you can pause it at any time in order to move any content that's confidential
Mhm.
or inappropriate.
Mhm.
All right. Let me send this on to you.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm sending this out right now. You should see something in
Okay,
the
hold
top
on.
right hand corner of
No,
your
oh,
screen.
sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. I do not have a I am not set up with cloud.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
So
going to
give me,
do the ARA.
yep, ARE.apple.com. We'll
Yeah.
do it that way. You just didn't want to use the iCloud, or you just don't
Well, I try to not uh
use any of those?
as far as I can log this computer down, I try, right? And I
I get
do,
you.
right? ARA.apple.com.
.com. Yep. All right, and let me know if it should ask you for a session key. So when you go to ARE.apple.com, it's going to ask you if you want to
Yes,
download the app
yes.
or use iCloud.
I
Yeah.
am in the session key part. It needs a session
Okay.
key.
The key is going to be 320
320
0856.
0856. Got it.
How are we doing?
It's coming up. It says connecting to server. It says Richard, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And, all right. I see a blank screen. Do you see anything there?
Uh, it says Richard can now
View the
only
customer screen.
view the customer screen. You don't see
Okay.
anything, eh?
No.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just see an empty.
You see an empty thing, an empty screen. No, my screen is
Mhm.
not empty. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. It tells me
Let me
that you can
try.
now see my screen.
1 second here. Try connecting again a different way. Spinning on my side. Let's see what happens.
Actually, I have the spinning wheel on my screen. I don't know why.
I'm sorry?
I have the spinning wheel. The gear. Yeah, the spinning wheel.
Okay. Yeah, I see it on my side too. What do you see there? Still spinning?
I just see the spinning wheel. I see the little window that says remote advisor, remoteadvisor.apple.com. The last line in it is Richard can now only view the customer screen.
All right.
That's in the window, but apparently you cannot.
Okay. All right. So nothing has come over my side. It's just completely black. What I'm going to do, see that here. Let me just go ahead and close this out. We're going to just do it again, okay?
Okay. Or you know what? I can connect to the iCloud because this has to be done.
All right. Okay. If you want to use iCloud, that's fine too.
Okay. So let me close this one off. Yes.
Yeah. And you're just going to use iCloud, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use iCloud.
Okay.
I have the spinning wheel. I can't even close it, but I'll go use iCloud. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put the phone down for a sec. Okay, 1 second.
No problem. See that?
Hi, I'm here. I just got my code. I have to enter the code. 1 sec. A verification code.
Did you already sign in already, or?
Well, it seems today's gonna be a problematic day because I signed in, and I have the spinning wheel. Oh, it's asking me for a password. Hang on. All right, I'm sorry. It's not accepting anything. I'm entering my password. It will not accept anything.
Okay. We're going to try to do it through ara.apple.com one more time, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so just pull up a browser. At the very top, just type in ara.apple.com, and I'll give you another session key.
Okay, just hang in there. All right, go ahead.
How are we doing?
We're good. We need a session key.
All right. Key's going to be 345
345
02
02
28.
28.
And it's going to hit submit there.
All right. It says connecting to server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are now chatting with Richard. There you are.
All right. Perfect. All right. Finally came up. Good job.
Okay.
Let me get my pointer. And, all right. Talk to me.
All right. So I'm going to cancel this one because it's not accepting my password. All right. Minimize. See, I have the spinning wheel there.
Yep. You can just hit the yellow button there.
No, can't. See the spinning wheel?
It won't let you hit the yellow button?
No. See the spinning wheel?
No, I don't see it on my side.
Oh, okay. Because there's a spinning wheel here. It wouldn't let me do anything.
Is it a spinning wheel or the beach ball?
The beach ball.
Okay.
That's what
Give
you
it a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, give it a few minutes and then you can't see the yellow button. You said that your system was being hacked, right?
Yes.
All right. All right. What do you see there? Are you able to click on anything else?
All right. So let me see. Yes. Here's the binocular. Yesterday. You see the binocular there?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
That looks like a remote
access.
Remote access, correct?
Yes. Okay. So it's a constant.
Are you doing your remote access with someone?
No, of course not. Let me show you settings. Sharing. Right?
So everything is turned off, like your file sharing, your screen sharing, remote management.
Yes.
Shut everything off.
Yes, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so let me start from the beginning here, based on what I have here.
Okay.
So I have the binocular icon. I took it at 9:01 p.m. last night. Then I'm chatting with Apple. So 17 minutes later, my clock constantly changes on this device. So I took this at 9 o'clock. Then I went to chat with Apple. Here I uploaded a screenshot, and my time on the device had gone back 3 hours to 6 o'clock.
So
Go ahead.
So after you spoke with us, your time went back 3
Just
hours?
while I was speaking to you guys. While I was speaking to you, and I've documented this with Apple already. I said, look, as I'm speaking to you, my time is changing. And it's changing in the log right here. It's changing. And it's changed here, and it's a constant. And it affects everything, right? The time change. Okay, so it's a constant time change, and it always goes back 3 hours. Okay? Okay, so that's one. When I set up the computer in, I think was system preference here, no, in sharing, file sharing, I think it was, had public folder already open. And two, is that normal behavior?
Well, if you can have a public folder, correct? Right. Every computer has a public folder in the file sharing.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose what you want to put in there, and then whoever you give access to would only access information contained in that public folder.
All right. However it happened, there was a public folder already.
Okay.
And there were 3 names here. It's my name, and then there are 2 other names. All right. So
there were three users, or were there 3
there's
folders?
Staff and everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Now as I am setting the computer up, I'm recording the logs. A friend of mine told me to look at the logs because everything the computer does, it's in the log.
Correct.
Right. So what I kept seeing was a lot of private messages. And then I would see on a message it just says private, like a long list of just private.
Right.
Okay. What was important is where Bluetooth, it says allow Bluetooth device to wake this computer. And that was grayed out. I could not undo it. And then, so I'm going to leave that open. And then this was at 3:57 p.m. And then at 4:08 p.m. it changed. And now I could undo it. See, Bluetooth, because I could not undo Bluetooth.
Right.
And I know there's a connection somewhere, but it was either AirPlay or Bluetooth. I saw it in the logs. Anyways, so here we go. Here I couldn't undo it, then I could. Um, so I went to the logs and in system log, I saw continuously in the log, this was yesterday, the 28th. Can you see here? It says remote service. Remote service was a constant. Local authentication, remote service. Preference, speech, remote service.
That was on the 28th. Hold on, was this?
Yesterday.
That was yesterday.
This is yesterday.
You weren't doing any screen share with anyone, right?
No, this was soon after the wipe and reset. And this is what I keep seeing when I do a reset. Look, there's a big red flash on the Apple.
What do you mean a big red flash?
You see that?
Where is that? It's just in the middle of your screen?
Yes. You see that, right?
You have a time? Yeah, I see it.
And it happened 3 times yesterday.
Is that recorded or?
I recorded it with my phone.
Oh, I see.
I recorded it with my phone because I wanted to document for you guys what's happening.
Now, is this a picture or is that like a video?
This is just a picture of it. This is a screenshot. Actually, hold on. This is a recording. It's 12.9 minutes long. At 7 minutes 10 seconds, I saw the flash.
So it was something that you would miss it if you look away really quick, right?
Yes, you might miss it, but it was bright, right? It came on for a second. It was really bright. You can see it here. But so it happens with Mojave. It happens when the device is updating or loading. Okay, so that is prominent. And so hold on, in the log, in the system log, I'll go back in a minute. I show you all the logs. But this morning when I woke up, I look at system log, and all the stuff from yesterday are gone. They've disappeared. They only have today, the 29th.
So what you had on the 20th was
Are gone.
Huh.
All of it are gone. And it has been happening constantly. So let me go through here these few little screenshots I took, okay?
Okay.
So I think I showed you the first one where it says remote service there, and then com.apple preference speech remote service. So the log is riddled with remote service. Local authentic sorry?
Yes, yeah.
Local authentication remote service. Oh, let me go to this one. This says preference, security, remote service. The next line, preference, security, remote service. And Security preference, I think control security. Yeah, and it just goes on and on. Well, software update, remote service. Here, preference, security, remote service.
Hold
Uh,
on, 28.
Same thing here. General remote service. Desktop screen effect, desktop remote service. Same thing here, remote service. And on it goes. So last night before I went to bed, I took a screenshot and it said 20% power. Okay, and I had the logs here. Okay, I made sure I didn't shut down the computer. The logs are there. So when I opened it up this morning, it has 5% less power, and the logs from these logs here are gone. There's only today's log in system log.
Wow.
Yeah,
Quick question. When did this issue started?
I I believe I have an ex-partner who's been stalking me, and it started a long time ago, actually, a couple of years ago.
You said you had someone. You believe you had someone stalking. You said.
Yes, it's an ex-partner.
Okay. Do you believe that they're sophisticated enough to do all that though?
Yes, he used to own an internet company, and he's very familiar with the dark web.
To the dark web.
The dark web, yes.
All right. Did you try to? I'm not sure if you have a time machine backup at all, but did you try to erase your system and try to reinstall, or just set it up as new and then go from there? You
No,
think that would help?
well, I didn't back up anything on Time Machine. Like I said, I want to keep this device tight.
Yeah.
So no Time Machine backup. No device has been plugged into this computer except for power. No downloading from anywhere. You can see the. Hold on.
So you don't surf the web at all, or?
I do. And that's about, I think YouTube is about the only place I go. I'm very, very careful. And this is
And
my, go ahead.
you don't have any remote applications in your
No,
applications folder at all?
no, this is what I have. It's not, whatever is in there, it's not easily visible.
Correct. Go to top right hand corner of your screen, click on Spotlight, type in activity. Do you have the activity monitor running here?
Yeah.
Let's turn it on.
ACTA.
Yep, you already got it here.
Yeah.
When you had activity monitor running, did you see any activity visible?
Well, I had documented before the reset. There was some odd things I had not seen before here, and I tried to show it to the individual I was talking to, but he said, "Listen, you can return the computer if you want. We'll do a wipe on it." So I just stopped talking.
Interesting. And you just got this Mac, right? Like a few days ago?
It's a new Mac.
Wow. And you had this after uh, your partner. So you had this after the fact, right? This new Mac.
After the fact, what do you mean?
You said your partner, the one that you believe that's stalking you, had it after.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. This is not a new thing. I have another Mac sitting around.
Now, is the same thing happening in the other Mac, or?
Yes, and I had already gone to the police about it.
Okay.
But the police wants to know from Apple that it's not an Apple glitch. That the binoculars really do mean remote access.
Right.
and that it is actually hacked. They want to know what from you guys.
The only thing I can think of is it does look like a some type of remote desktop.
Right.
From what I see, just with the binoculars, right?
Yes.
Um, Number one, I can't clarify that 100%.
Mhm.
Typically, in a case like this, I would send you some information so we can gather the logs. However, if the logs are being deleted,
Yes.
it's not going to be accurate, right?
Right.
What I would do is I would send you out the information so that if you see that activity running,
Mhm.
I would just start running that log immediately. Let me send it out to you now. Request attachment. It's really easy. Once I send it to you via email,
Mhm.
all you got to do is just run it,
Mhm.
capture data.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to your email now. It
Mhm.
should be in your email. Don't open it up yet. You should see a message from Apple
Okay.
for capture data.
Okay.
Again, once you see it, it's going to be a long process. Once you see that activity, hit run immediately. It's going to start capturing that data from the time that it's occurring.
Okay. Now there's something I want to. Okay, look. I am living with an infected device. Someone has complete control of this device. Okay. Not only that, I'm just gonna try something. Okay. You see
Okay.
that closed? You see that closed? Look, I close this and I close. Yeah. When I click on the red,
Yep.
you see that, right? Okay. That is new because not so long ago, even yesterday, when I click on red, a drop down
It'll
menu.
shut down.
Sorry?
It'll shut down.
Well, here's the thing, like it's shutting down now, right? Which is normal. Yes?
Well, it's not completely shut down. Usually, if there's a black dot here, it means that it's still open.
No, no, I know that part. What I'm saying is when I click on red, it closes. It doesn't shut it down, but it closes.
Right.
Okay. But last night, like this morning, what we're seeing is new. Last night and previously, I've already documented it. When I click on the red to close it, a drop down menu comes on and says if I close this window, I will lose all my log messages.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not happening now. So when I would close this here and I open it up again, all my log messages would disappear. But it's not happening in front of you when you're looking.
Right.
So it's completely different now.
That says if you close it, all messages will disappear, right?
Yes, it says I've documented it already. I just have to find the screenshot somewhere.
Okay.
That this drop down menu says all my messages will disappear if I close this window.
Okay. Now, quick question. How do you feel about doing a time machine backup with everything here?
I don't mind, but I was told that if I do a time machine backup, whatever infection I have might get into the time machine, and when I open it up again, I'm reinfecting myself.
So usually what I do is I'll have you do a time machine backup so you don't lose any information, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, we'll erase your computer, erase everything. And then from there, we'll set it up as new, and then you can drag over the items that you want. Or you can keep most of it on the time machine and then use it from there. The key is to kind of test it to see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, when you bought your computer, did you restore from the time machine backup?
No.
Okay. All right. So how secure is your modem
I
network?
I was thinking it's secure, but one never knows. Okay, look here. You see here? Hold on. Can't even highlight. Right here. It says Apple Preference Sharing Remote Service. It's in the
Right.
system log right now. I guess I'm sharing with you, right? So,
That's correct.
right. But the ones from yesterday, I wasn't sharing with anyone. Like these
And
ones
it still
here.
popped up.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot. Because I tried to um, overproof to Apple what's happening, I recorded the system log from yesterday. the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so whatever, all these screenshots, all the everything that disappeared from yesterday is in here. That log
Perfect.
there.
Very good. Okay. And that's, I mean, awesome information gathering, by the way.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll definitely figure out what's going on for sure.
Okay.
Who's your internet service provider?
Rogers in Toronto.
Rogers. Okay. Okay. How secure is your network? I mean, in
Well,
terms of your firewall.
I am thinking it's secure, but who knows?
You think it's still up?
I'm thinking it is, but one never knows. I have no idea.
Yep.
It's a new modem. It's only about a month old.
Okay. Did you contact Rogers and let them know what's going on?
I did contact them. I did not tell them that I'm hacked because when people hear the word hacked, they um I don't know, there's a little bit of a defensive attitude. No, not our product.
Yeah.
So they told me that there's no other device on my computer except for the ones I'm using. But the ones I'm using are compromised.
Did you create a new password, your own separate password for your router or modem slash router, or did they do it?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You changed the network SSID name and everything?
No, no. Actually, I had put in a password. Actually, thank you for asking. I did put in a password, then I tried to change the password, and I had a chat with Apple about this, and the computer would not allow me to change the password on my modem.
Wow. What happened? Did it give you an error message?
No, well, I go in to change the password, and it keeps telling me it's timed out. So I had the option of increasing the time to 20 minutes, half hour, 1 hour. So I increased it to 1 hour. And the password was, it took few seconds. And the moment I hit enter, the computer tells me timed out constantly. I tried like 10 times and it tells me timed out. And I couldn't change my password. Oh,
So
yeah.
I would.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead, it's okay.
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 I would definitely contact Rogers, ask them if to see if you're able to. You should be able to just to put in, type in the IP address in your phone, access your modem. Typically, the typical password is username is admin,
Yes.
lowercase admin, and then password, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or lowercase is it admin?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how they do it now?
Admin
And then you should be
customer.
able to access.
Admin and
Yes.
admin CUST.
Right, and then you should be able to change it, and then change your network SSID name.
All right.
Also, your enable network encryption if it's not, and I'm trying to figure out what the encryption is.
Mm-hmm.
It's 256-bit. I would just see if you can get more security on that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And how far is your network signal? How is it, like 30 feet away or?
I am like 3 foot away from my modem.
Okay, so that's good. As long as you're reducing the range,
Right.
it's better. How about the firmware for your modem?
I don't know about that.
Contact them, see if you need an update.
Okay, so I need to talk to Rogers about update. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, you're just trying to get more. It's a firewall. Um, it's like a wall. It's like you're trying to strengthen it.
Right.
And I would definitely do some research too, and I'll do some for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
See what you can do to strengthen that wall,
Mm-hmm.
barriers for it.
Okay.
Anyone trying to hack in. Again, we're just looking at every possibility. One, we're going to do the time machine backup.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we're going to erase your entire computer,
Mm-hmm.
get rid of everything that could be on it.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, we're saying, okay, if it is something that's affecting your network,
Mm-hmm.
we want to strengthen that.
Okay.
I don't know if you need to get a new modem. Usually, just to let you know, one of the best modems to get is an Aris modem. They're multiple Aris.
Richard, can you do me a favor, please? When you send me that email, can you put some of this information, what I need to ask my service provider about? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go step by step.
Of course. Yeah, let me just a second. Let me see if I can send you.
And can you still see my desktop?
I can see your desktop still, but it's locked out, right?
Yes, it's screensaver came on, and what I can see right now is the binocular. Okay, so binocular does mean remote access.
Yeah, I see it. Click on that.
Nothing.
Nothing. Try to
No.
log in. Yeah, it goes away. All right, give me
Right.
a few minutes. Let me just place in a brief hold, and I'll put this together, okay?
Okay. Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, just send you some more information
Okay.
for the network security. Let me know if you see it.
Okay. I'm just gonna log back in again. All right. I just have to go to the email to get it.
To retrieve it. Yep.
Yeah. You want me to go to my email, or there's something I want to say to you before we go any further?
Yeah, you can definitely open up your email. Then you can see what I suggested there when you speak to your internet service provider. Just go over it with them.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Gmail account, the one that you gave me.
Yes. I'm just gonna put the phone down for a sec. Okay, one sec.
Yeah, that's fine. Take a look. Yep. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So these are the steps you just need to follow. When you contact them, just go ahead and go through that,
Mhm.
and should be all set. Did my contact information come through? I thought it should have.
I don't know.
Let me give it to you if it didn't.
No, it didn't
Ready?
come through. No.
Okay.
Oh, here's how to send file to out. That might be you.
Yep, that's the file ball. So don't click it now. Once you're
Okay.
ready, just click on the disk image when you see
Okay.
that, and then it'll run for you. Okay.
Okay. So walk me through this. So please follow these instructions to send the file. Okay. Download the disk.
All right. So for example, say it's occurring now.
Yes.
Then you just go ahead and click on this. Once you click on it, it's going to jump up in your downloads folder.
Mhm.
Once it's complete, download it, double click on it, it's going to run, leave it alone.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's
Once
it.
the files are captured and it's completed,
Mhm.
it'll upload and send it to us.
All right. Great. Now I am going to tell you something, and we can test it now. I'm going to sign out here. If I was to minimize that. If I was to wipe this computer now, right, do another factory reset, I guarantee you 100% the exact same thing will happen. It has happened previously. The flashlight, the red flash, the binoculars, the logs, everything will repeat itself.
Yeah.
Would you like me to do a reset and then capture the logs?
No. So we don't
No.
want to do anything yet because I know we want to save all that information that you just recorded.
Okay.
We want to do a backup so that you have all that saved.
Okay.
After that, we want to erase it, but we want to contact your network, your ISP,
Okay.
to see if there's anything we need to do for your modem to secure it.
Got it. I'll do that today.
For
After
sure.
I'm done
You know
with
what I
you,
mean?
I'll do that. Okay.
I would also strongly suggest do some research to see if you can, buff it up, make it a lot more stronger. Is there a way to make it stronger and more secure? Because if it's a brand new computer,
Yes.
and you didn't carry anything over, I mean, could they try to infiltrate your network? Could be, and if that's the case, then then you need to actually protect that. Can I make it? If it's not encrypted, can I make it encrypted? Can I make it more secure? So those are the questions that your internet service provider may be able to answer and help you out with that.
Okay. So I will do that. I will do that after I'm done talking to you today.
Okay.
And then, so once I'm done with that, what would be the next step? Just wait
So
for something to happen?
once you capture data, you can either send me an email
Okay.
or you can give me a call. I give you my contact information. Then I'll send this over to my engineering team. That way they can investigate it.
Okay.
And then they'll give you some messages of how to proceed next.
Okay. Is your contact in that email? Your phone
Absolutely.
number?
It should be an email, but let me give it to you verbally. It's gonna be
Okay, hold. I'm just grabbing a pen.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
877
Mhm.
203
Mhm.
0418.
Mhm.
My extension is 116
116. Got it.
2214.
2214. I'm going to read that back to you. Okay. 877-203-0418 extension 116-2214.
You got it.
Okay, good stuff.
And the name is Richard.
Got it. Thanks, Richard. And so what now? I know I'm
So
calling
what
the
now?
ISP. I know I'm calling the ISP, right? Got that. I know what I have to do with
So
the disconnect.
after you contact them, I want you to do a time machine backup. So you're going to need to get an external hard drive.
Mhm.
The external hard drive that you have has to be double the capacity of what your computer can hold for your storage. So your computer storage is about 200 and was it 246?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So you want to get something that's 500 gigabytes or 1 terabyte. Once you get an external hard drive, if you already have one, fine, as long as it's formatted.
Mhm.
We're going to do a time machine backup. You know how to do that, right?
I haven't done it in a long time, but I do have the external hard drive from Apple.
Okay. I'm going to be here till 7:30 p.m. today. If you want to get one today, that's fine. If not,
Okay.
I'm going to be here again on Monday.
Mhm.
So if you want to get an external hard drive, you can
Mhm.
get one and give me a call back. I'll help you set it up, and then we'll just run it,
Mhm.
back everything up, and then we'll just erase your computer.
Mhm.
We'll keep it like that, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll just capture the data log when we see it running,
Okay.
and we'll figure out what's going on. Okay.
All right. So I just want to tell you the only thing that's on this device right now is what you see on the desktop. There's nothing more.
Okay.
Okay. So
You said there's nothing more.
no,
Say again?
I've because when I wiped it, I didn't save anything. I just wiped it clean, and it's only information from yesterday and today that you see on the desktop. That's it. There's nothing else.
Okay. Good.
Okay, and I do have an external hard drive. We can
Perfect.
listen. I don't mind losing all the stuff here. I don't mind losing it. It's the logs. This
Well, we
log.
don't want to lose it. I mean, it's good.
Oh,
It's good data for sure.
okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't want to lose anything. But now, did you show any of this to the police at all? What did they say?
Well, the police is waiting for Apple to give them the heads up that there is a problem
Okay.
with the device that I do have remote access. Right?
Well, I mean, if you're not doing a remote or a screen share with someone, and then you're seeing that the logs are showing that you're remoting in now,
Mhm.
there's a problem.
Yes.
So for sure, I mean it's obvious.
Right.
So I mean, if they're waiting on Apple to state whether or not, yeah, I mean it's clear. If your car is driving and no one's in it, there's a problem. It's
Right.
it's one of those things. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or you're at home and the car is you see it somewhere else.
Mhm.
It's stolen.
Mhm.
So yeah, so someone definitely seemed like it's remoting it for sure.
Mhm.
Especially with the data unlocked that you get. It's just that we got to figure out from what end or how.
Right.
And then once we find that, then we can figure out what's going on. But
All right. Imagine you're the
right?
police. What do you need from? Because what they're saying to me is they need confirmation from a third party from Apple to say,
I
look.
used to be a police officer.
Oh.
So yeah, I
Okay.
used to be
Good.
a police officer. So the police just wants to figure out if the crime has been committed.
Yes.
Uh, that's usually where they're at. And then if a crime is being committed, who committed the crime?
Right.
And then what laws were broken, and then they could proceed from there. That's usually where they're at.
Mhm.
Right now, they don't know if a crime has been committed.
Right, and they need word from Apple to say yes, a crime has been committed, or we think
Right.
we highly suspect a crime, at least a crime has
Right.
been committed.
So the only thing Apple could say at this point, from my standpoint, is yeah. I mean, if I see a remote screen share and there's not one being committed by you,
Right.
and this is happening, we do know that it looks like it does appear that it is happening. We don't know from who,
Mhm.
or we don't know how.
Mhm.
But we do know this happen. So we're just checking steps to see if we can eliminate it.
Mhm.
And if we do a backup and we're not bringing all the information back,
Mhm.
and then we set it up as new,
Mhm.
and it's still occurring, okay, so it has to come from a different end. Where? And if we're securing your network, then
Mhm.
how? I can almost guarantee. Well, you already know. If you remove your network from the equation, it's not
Yes.
going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen at all. So I can almost imagine 100, like 100%. A lot of this has to do with the network security and how do you secure your network from
Mhm.
um, anyone trying to access it. So that's where I'm thinking logically.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I mean, like I said, hopefully we can figure it out together. I'll continue some research on my end.
All right. Thank you.
As a police standpoint, I mean, what I would just do is give them a call, just have them document it. That way you can have them write it up as maybe an open case type of thing, and
Right.
you're inquiring regarding this, and
Mhm.
then from there they can just build it up.
Would you would you mind terribly if I ask you to send me another email telling me exactly what you just said? That there is no
I,
other. What do you think?
I can try. I would have to reach out to management,
Okay.
but I don't think see it as an issue.
Okay.
We have police officers that would call us to inquire information anyway.
Mhm.
There, because again, as a police officer, there's always you have to write up or start a case.
Mhm.
So as long as they write it and establish it in
Mhm.
terms of the date that the issue occurred,
Right.
and you just got to build up from there.
Yes. If you could.
You keep it as an open case if it's as an open occurrence. Um,
Yes.
uh,
At least it's a start, right? So
correct.
they can
Yeah.
say that, look, you did a wipe yesterday. You have the binoculars right after, right?
Correct.
And so it's
Correct.
just a start, just to let them know that, look, keep an open mind that this is happening.
I'm pretty sure too. There's also it has to be software out there where you can get to what I would just think, you could jot this down. This is just off my head.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just putting myself in your shoes,
Okay.
not from Apple's standpoint.
Mhm.
But if I was in your shoes, I mean, my question is there software out there that could tell you, well, you already have the built-in software that can read what's going on. There's
Mhm.
software out there that can tell you if someone is remoting your screen, and if so, are you able to trace it? Number one, are you able to find out where it's coming from?
Right.
Um, that would be my question. If that's the case, okay, what kind of software is it?
Well, the thing is, I did think about that, but then when I speak to Apple, like you guys, I keep hearing, well, we don't talk about third-party application, and if you download a third-party application, it might interfere with the Mac and yada yada, right? So I don't download any third-party app. I'm leaving the system isolated.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That is definitely true.
right,
But again, there's always third-party applications running on our device anyway.
okay,
Microsoft Office is a third-party application,
mhm,
and the App Store has a lot of third-party apps. So either way you look at it, you're always going to be running third-party apps,
mhm,
right? Constantly. So it's always an ongoing thing. Um, Google Chrome is a third-party app, but it's a browser.
right,
Um, that's the only thing I would kind of think outside the box a little bit.
okay,
I know you said that I think your ex is very highly sophisticated in terms of networking computer.
yes,
Not to point any fingers, of course, but if that's the case, then you just kind of have to think outside the box a little bit.
mhm,
But again, my question is, if I limited my modem from the equation, I can't connect to the internet.
mhm,
Does this happen? If it doesn't happen, and
mhm,
the network is part of that equation, I
mhm,
have to contact them. And if I do contact them, I'm still not hearing the correct
mhm,
answers to help resolve this. How do I um, beef up my network?
okay,
It's like a home security system. How do
right,
you beef it up? Just to make sure you're well protected. That's
mhm,
where you want to be
mhm,
if you suspect that this is happening
mhm,
outside of just on your Mac.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Okay, so I am going to call my ISP right after I'm done talking to you,
okay.
and I am going to try and back up this stuff. And if I cannot do it on my own, I'll call you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna need a Time Machine information here. Time Machine is the application that it's a built-in
Right.
application that's used. So once you get the external hard drive, you can connect it to your computer. Number one, Number two, you can open up Time Machine right down here.
There it is, yeah.
You're going to go ahead and click on it. Yep.
Okay.
And then from there, it's going to click on backup automatically. You're going to select the disk. The name of the disk is going to appear.
Okay.
If it's a WD, there's a Seagate. If it's a WD or Seagate, remember they're built-in FAT32, which means that they're built-in or designed to be used with Windows operating system, not so with the Mac. So once you click on this, it's going to ask if you want to format it. It's going to now be programmed just to be used with the Mac, and then you should be all set. It's always going to be a Time Machine backup. So again, our steps of resolving it, number one, you did all the updates you can, especially for the latest security, which is Mojave. Number two, we're going to erase your system. We're going to back up, then erase. And then number three, we're going to go ahead and test it out again. If the issues still persist, in the meantime, you're contacting your ISP. And then we're going to get some answers. If they're not leading us in the right direction, we're going to see if we can do some research on our own. We can beef it up. And then we're going to capture data logs, reach out to engineering, and see if we can get a clarity of what we need to do. So we got plans A, B, and C in place. So.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much. And I will touch base with you via email, or I'll give you a ring.
Sounds good.
Oh, gosh. Right. Thank you so much, Richard. I really do appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Okay.
You have a good one, okay?
Okay, you as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.